she moved off the path toward the feet. Every nerve in her body was on high alert, and she flashed back to the sight of a body covered by a sheet. The body they'd found in the alley next to her bed and breakfast. She tried to tell herself this was different, but it didn't feel different. "Excuse me," she said, coming closer. The feet still hadn't moved. "Sir, are you all right?" Now that she was within a tomb's length from the shoes, she could see they were expensive, real leather in a dark brown color with red soles. Louboutin, if she had to guess. And they definitely weren't moving. Avoiding every warning that sounded in her mind and instead choosing to focus on the fact that someone may need help, Eva rushed toward the feet. She slid to a stop, her tennis shoes skidding on the thin grass. A man lay on the ground, and there was blood. Stumbling back, she steadied herself on the corner of a tomb and fought back the panic that quickly surfaced. She needed to get help. She reached for the phone in her back pocket, but her hands were shaking so badly she all but flung it forward, trying to catch it but only speeding up the process of its descent. With a sickening crack, the phone connected with a stone tomb. When she went to pick it up, the shattered screen was black. "No! Please turn on!" she begged it, but nothing happened. She looked back at the man, but now, from the alternate angle, she could see that his eyes were open, staring lifelessly skyward. He was dead. She stumbled back, careful not to let the glass from her broken screen fall into her hands. Someone needed to call the police. But how? She did another quick circle, but knew that the cemetery office wouldn't be open this early. Trying to think of who lived near there, an idea popped into her mind. Willard and Bonnie Smith. Willard, a member of her murder mystery book club, had been put on a diet by his wife Bonnie, and now almost every time she walked this route in the morning, she passed by them. They didn't live close, but could she have enough luck to find them today? Rushing away from the grave, she paused when she reached the narrow road that led through the cemetery. She mentally took a snapshot of the area so she'd be able to find it, and then hurried toward the entrance she'd come in. Even if she couldn't find the Smiths, anyone with a phone would do. She reached the entrance and rushed into the road. While it wasn't exactly that early anymore, the retirees that made up many of the residents in the area were just starting their days. Perhaps she could knock on someone's door and ask to use their phone? She was about to make a random choice when someone called her name. "That you, Eva?" Willard said in his usually gruff tone. He stood just under 6 feet with a few extra pounds to lose around the middle, but if pressed, Eva would say he's looking a little leaner thanks to his wife Bonnie. The woman was the picture of health in her jogging shorts and tank top, a visor covering her graying hair. "Are you all right? Eva, you look like you've seen a ghost," Bonnie said. Then she turned and looked at the cemetery and grinned as if she'd just realized her own joke. No, I'm not all right." She rushed up to them. "I just saw a dead body in the cemetery." Willard's eyes narrowed like he was expecting a punchline, and only then did she realize how that had sounded. "I mean, a real dead body, like a fresh one." Now Willard's eyes went wide. "What do you mean? Where?" "In the cemetery," she said, throwing a hand in the direction of where she'd just come from. "Do either of you have a phone? Mine broke." She held up the shattered phone as if it were evidence. "Oh, goodness, be careful of the glass," Bonnie said as Willard pulled his phone out. "Want me to call?" "Sure," Eva said, sending a nervous glance over her shoulder. "I think I should go back there. Make sure someone else doesn't come by and happen upon it." "Like I did." "Someone should go with you," Willard said, looking between Eva and Bonnie. "Why don't I call and you two go?" Bonnie said, looking a bit squeamish. "Okay, come on, Eva." His hand at the small of her back was meant to be reassuring, but it felt a little like he was pushing her somewhere she didn't want to go. She didn't want to go back to the body, didn't want to see those unseeing eyes again. But Willard was right. They shouldn't be alone there. "I'll direct them," Bonnie called out to them as her phone connected with her ear. "Hello? Yes, I need to report a murder." Murder. The word haunted Eva as she and Willard walked back toward where she'd found the shoes, the body. There was a chance it wasn't murder, though, wasn't there? She hadn't really looked at the man for obvious reasons, but she had seen blood on his head. Was it possible he fell and hit his...